I started my senior project, the biggest thing that I knew is that I wanted to impact my audience in one way or another. I feel like that one of the most important ways I can do this is to have my topic relate to me and connect with the audience. And so I decided to use my upcoming Drama Districts competition as my project. I wrote a piece and it talks a lot about low self-confidence and how it affects those around them. The audience is mainly high schoolers, and so I feel this will be a great target audience as this is something that a lot of high schoolers struggle with. What is Drama Districts? Drama Districts is an annual competition where high school students bring different acting pieces and we compete against each other. There's a lot of different categories such as original, serious, and what I chose, pantomime. So I chose a pantomime because I feel that actions over words play a really significant role in moving people to actually take action. I wanted to fully understand everything I was doing, so I quickly dove into the research pertaining to acting styles as well as self-confidence to really understand what I was going to talk about. One of the best sources that I went to was my mentor and teacher, Mr. Arnold. He gave me a lot of advice on my acting, and one of my favorite things that he told me about that was acting is mostly successful when people see themselves, their world, or how things could be in a piece. And so I wanted to incorporate these into my piece, which I did through having two characters who are struggling with their own things and coming together in the end. One of the things that's been the most difficult is making sure that every part of it is clear and concise, as no words and no props make it a lot harder for audiences to understand what's happening. He also told me that when you take away hearing something, that your other senses are more in tune to what's happening and they can focus a lot more on the movements that you make. Another thing I did was I found a book called Take Life by the Helm by Doug Nielsen. He talked a lot about little risks and how they lead to progression. Some of those little risks are loving someone who doesn't deserve it, to forgive, to be kind, and to apologize even if you don't want to. And in my piece, one of the characters really does have to be kind and to forgive even when it's really hard for her because the other character was so cruel to her, and I feel like this really helped me to write in the characterization and to act a lot more genuinely as I went through this piece. The process of my project started with rough drafts, which I changed so many things, and it's ended up being a really beautiful piece that I'm really proud of. Then my partner, Kimber King, and I started to block and characterize, as those are some of the most critical points of a pantomime. We worked with Mr. Arnold some more, and we made recordings, as well as practice performing in front of our peers. And now we're ready to go to competition, and I can't wait to see how it goes. To take action, I cannot force anyone to do anything or to say or feel any way based on my piece. However, as people are moved by this piece, they can take their own action, whether that regards how they treat other people or how they treat themselves. One thing that I found is that when you feel good, you act good to others and you do good. And so one of the most important things to make yourself feel good is when you're having negative thoughts about yourself, to correct those negative thoughts. A lot of research shows that people typically have about 7 negative thoughts for every positive thought they have about themselves. And a lot of research shows that if you stop there and fix that, those negative thoughts and correct them and make them positive, you'll start to believe that, and as you have that good energy, people will match that happier, more confident energy. We finally got to have our in-class performance and we moved people to tears. It was so touching, and especially in the acting industry, that is such a huge compliment to me and my partner. We're ready to compete and spread this message to other people around the whole state, and I can't wait to share it with others, and I'm so glad that I got to do this for my project, and I hope it helps people want to be a little bit better. Thank you.